All right, kids in Southern Arizona, get ready to get upset.
Get ready to get triggered a little bit because there's some controversy that you've probably seen. You may have seen commercials about Pelaton. It's this bike that has this big TV on it, and it actually looks pretty nice and fancy.
That's a fortune.
Costs $1 million, well, not $1 million, but $2,500, I think, even for the basic model. So they released a commercial.
They screwed up, is what they did.
They kind of did.
In my opinion, they did. I'm not going to mince words, but should we take a look at it?
Why don't
We're going to find out what you think about it.
Okay.
But okay, so if you're in the other room, you have to actually see this to understand what we're talking about. So take a look.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Now.
A Peloton? Give it up for our first time ride.
All right, first ride. I'm a little nervous, but excited. Let's do this. 5 days in a row. You surprised? I am. 6 a.m. Yay.
Rising with the sun.
That was totally worth it.
Let's go, Grace in Boston. 50 rides.
She just said my name. A year ago, I didn't realize how much this would change me. Thank you.
This holiday, give the gift of Pelaton.
And you know what? He's just he's like, I'm pleased. This is exactly what I wanted.
He didn't say a word. He just looked at her with some approval. So this is really making people upset because they're saying all sorts of things like, you know, it's showing sexist tendencies, like he bought her an exercise bike without her asking for it. I mean, there's a lot of assumptions being made about the commercial and about its script, and who knows really what they were thinking when they were making this. But actually, they did come out with a statement saying they were just trying to portray what they've heard from tons of their customers, which is, I got this bike, I didn't know it was going to change my life so much, and here it is.
And guess what I got you, honey?
Yeah.
Divorce papers.
And
there you go.
I know, and I don't know if we can pull it up again really quick, because the truth is there's a lot to criticize and pick apart about it.
I have to say that when I started watching it for the first time, I hadn't seen the ending. I didn't think there was anything wrong about it. I thought, okay, maybe she asked for that.
Yeah.
But then when you see it at the end, I'm like, oh no, she didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
No.
So here it is again. First of all, look at the home. What they're saying is, who has windows that go? I mean, some people might, but this isn't an everyday person. So they're complaining that it shows really privileged people and just the look in her eyes. So the actress, I think, was doing her best to do a good job.
Can you stay with me now?
Yeah, so insensitive, unrealistic, people are saying, and of course people on Twitter were lashing out about this because, you know, Twitter never disappoints. So we actually picked out some of our favorite tweets of some of what people were saying. So here's a guy who actually has a Peloton, and he's trying to make the same face that she made. So I love my Peloton too. And with his beard, she didn't have a beard in the commercial. Moving on.
The lady in the Peloton ad, this is the first time I'm reading this, has perpetually sad eyebrows, and that is 100% of the reason why the ad is problematic.
And I looked at her eyebrows. They were a little sad, but still, it's sexist.
Okay.
Peloton is legally required to repossess your bike if at least one wall of your house isn't entirely windows.
That's funny.
That is funny, and you know what? Commercials like this, it was a big fumble for this company. It actually cost them almost $1 billion in market value.
Their stock plummeted. Literally
because of this, and they're still, you know, they're coming out and defending it.
Now, I see, and I'm not a hater that way. I'm not one of those people who comes out and is like, that's sexist, like looks for stuff like, baby, it's cold outside, like seriously.
Oh,
like
that's
if you,
the holiday
that's
song?
ridiculous. Like I don't think anybody looked into it that much. I mean, personally, that's just my opinion. I mean, think about the lyrics now in today's songs.
Let's talk about these.
Oh, this is a subliminal thing.
We're going to go here. So let's talk about AirPods. They're all the rage these days, and the truth is, a lot of people have them. And this Nordstrom, I guess, or there's other companies that are making these, they're getting criticized for the fact that they made a strap to put your AirPods in when you're done wearing them.
Because they're supposed to be wireless. They're like, and guess what? You can spend money on stuff that's wired up now.
You know how much they cost?
How much?
$60 for that little cable. You can get ones probably a lot cheaper. But what I do with mine, instead of using a little cord, is I stick them up here. I'm not kidding. And
I know you're not kidding. He's like the secret spokesperson for Apple.
People are criticizing that product, but I think it would actually be pretty good.